upper body. We'll do some light stretches in the beginning, and then we are going to do some shoulder, traps, chest today, and then we'll do more of a back biceps type workout next week. And like I said, we're going to incorporate some leg movements too. So to start off with some stretches, I have the black band. This is the thickest band in the set. I have nothing on it, no need, just because we're going to be gripping it around this area. It won't work too well with the handles. So we're just going to do a nice little warm up, get the body muscles primed, and then we're going to head into our anchors for the workout. All right. So if you want to grab a band, you can grab two of the thinner bands together or whatever. We just need to create a little bit of tension, but not make it too easy for us with these stretches. But the first one I'm going to do, we're going to start at the top here. We're just going to stretch it over our head. We're going to walk it back and forth, nice and easy. Once you get about shoulder height position, we're going to come back. Try to go back as far as you can. If you can go all the way back like this, great. If not, whatever everyone's range of motion is a little bit different. And flexibility. So let's just do this about 10 times back and forth, because we're going to be using the shoulder and traps today. This is a good warm up for that. One more time. All right. Same position now, overhead. Give it a nice stretch. And we're just going to roll all the way around one way. Get those shoulder joints nice and loose. A couple more revolutions. Let's go reverse. Let's do a couple more. All right. Back overhead. Let's get a little bit more narrow grip and stretch. We want to stretch it a little bit harder. And then bring it back in. And we're just going to go back and forth. It's going to warm up the traps or neck. Couple more. All right, let's drop it down now like this. Bend an elbow 90 degrees. And we're going to stretch the triceps. Still working the traps a little bit. Couple more. Last one. All right, now I'm just gonna drop the band. No band needed for this next one. We're gonna get a little bit more work in the shoulder here, just to get ourselves ready. But basically, what I like everyone to do is keep their elbows in, touching their side, and we're just going out as far as you can and bring it in. This is a great rotator cuff exercise. You can do it laying down on your side. If you have any kind of shoulder pain, this really does the trick to help strengthen these little, you have 4 little muscles in your shoulder here that compromise the rotator cuff. So do about 20 total of these. You can also add a light weight when you do these, or use your resistance band. Do about 5 more. All right, let's grab the band again. We'll stretch the chest and the back. So I'm gripping this about shoulder, just slightly wider than shoulder width. And I'm stretching to the chest. So the band touches the chest. You should feel this in the back, opening up the chest. It's also working your shoulders. It's almost like a reverse fly. It can be its own exercise, but we're using it for a stretch here. A couple more. All right. Now I'm going to grab, I have the remaining 4 here. And what we're going to do is stretch the lower back out a little bit. So you can do the seated, you can do the standing. If possible, if standing is an option, all we're going to do is I'm standing on these right now. Let me fix my camera. And I'm just gripping them right here, about mid-shin. And then I'm just going to stand up, down, and up. You can do this in a seated position too. We're stretching those hamstrings out, the lower back. This is what it's going to look like in a seated position. All you're going to want to do is grip it a little bit lower so there's not as much slack. And that's what it's going to look like in a seated position. So we're going to do these nice and easy, about 10 total. You don't want to bounce. Control the whole move the entire time. Two more. Last one. All right. I'm going to continue standing on these, and we're going to do oblique, a light oblique stretch. I'm just going to grab one about mid-shin, and then I'm going to stand up and bend to the side. Bend to the opposite side. So if you're holding in your right hand, you want to bend to your left. You can do this in a seated position as well. You're just going to grip it a little bit lower. We're doing these lateral bends. We're going to add a little bit more core to these workouts this month. I'm going to try to involve something at least every session, a few moves. Let's get it maybe 2 or 3 in, and then switch sides. I'm going to switch now. Grab with my left. Should be nice and easy. Two more. 1 and 2. All right, to finish our core stretches, we'll just do some rotations. Let's get the arms out, no band needed. We're just gonna do some rotations. back and forth. Last rotation. All right. In our last stretch, what I want everyone to do, take your one arm, doesn't matter, put it on the opposite side, opposite leg, and push that, put pressure on that to push yourself to rotate and hold. You might hear some things pop in the lower back. It's a really good stretch for the lower back. I'm just pushing against my leg here, creating this rotation. We're going to hold for about 10 seconds. All right. Let's switch other side. All right. And now we're ready. We're warmed up. Muscles are primed. So we're going to get started with our workout. I'm going to head over to the low anchor position. If you need to move yourself, this is a good time. I'm just going to set this up. We're going to start off with some chest moves. So there's my anchor. I created a low anchor because I don't have a good door here with good camera position. So what I used is a gate belt around this pillar, and then I just put the anchor through the gate belt. You can do this too at home. Just make sure you're using something that can hold weight. A gate belt is made to hold weight. You can use like a cam cargo strap too. I wouldn't recommend a belt because you don't know how strong the belts were made. But if you have confidence that it's a pretty well put together manufactured belt, you can use the belt too. So that's my low anchor. And what I'm going to do here, I'm going to take 3 bands for this move. And I'm going to use the green, yellow, and red. So my blue band and my black band are going to be removed because we're going to use these separate to do a superset after the first exercise, which you guys will see in a second. So I'm going to slip this through. Important to make sure it's balanced, it's even. And what I'm going to do, just to prepare myself so I don't have to keep getting up, I'm going to take the black band, and I'm just going to throw it through the loop, but not attach it to any handles, just so it's ready to go. I can reach down and grab it for the second exercise. But what we're going to do here, we're actually going to start, shoulder exercises first, and this is the setup we're going to use. So nothing changes with the setup, but we're going to start with the shoulders here. And what you want to do is get yourself with your back to your anchor, because we're going to go up. We're just going to push up just like that. I'm going to fix my camera since I'm a little bit out of the frame. This is a pretty decent weight here. Nice, and it's easy enough, but good for what we're doing for our goal here. If you want a little bit more tension, you can grip it lower. Now you're working a little bit harder. You don't want to move yourself further away, because by doing that, now you're working more it's more of an incline press. So now you're working the chest more. So you really want to have your seat pretty close to this, where you're going almost straight up. So this is going to be our first exercise. We're going to do these for 30 seconds, and we're going to do the superset for the remaining 30 seconds. And I'll show you what that's going to be shortly. So I'm going to put my timer on. Hopefully everybody is ready. And here we go. We're going straight up. If you need more tension, like I said and showed you earlier, just grip these a little bit lower. You don't have to hold the handle. About 10 more seconds. Last one. All right, now I'm gonna go straight for the black band that I put in there without any handles. And now I'm just gonna go straight up with it, just like this. I'm getting a little bit of rubbing on the chair, and depending what chair you're using, you might get rubbing. You can also stand if you're able to. This is the motion we're doing, just like this. Go back into seated. So here we go. We're going to do these for 30 seconds, and then we're going to repeat the first exercise. So here we go. About 10 seconds. Last one. All right. And right back to the handles. And we're going up. Here we go, 30 seconds. Halfway. Five seconds. All right, and rest. I already feel some burning in there. That's a good sign. Back to our single band. And here we go with the front raises. Halfway there. You only want to go about this high. Last one. All right. All right, perfect. Next, we're going to work the traps, another superset. The first one's going to work the traps more. The second's going to work shoulders. So what I'm going to do here, I'm actually going to attach the black band. It's already through the loop. I'm going to attach it to the rest of mine. So now I have 4 bands. The only band I don't have attached is my blue band. So we're going to use that for the following exercise. So for this one, I'm still gonna have my back to me, but I'm probably gonna push myself away just slightly. I don't know, I might have moved about 6 inches away, if that. It's just, I want more tension for this move here. So if you want to do this in a seated position, you're probably gonna have to move further away, just like I am here. And we're just shrugging the shoulders up. So you're pulling it almost like on an angle. If you're standing, it's gonna be a little bit easier. This is the move we're gonna be doing. You can also sit really close to your anchor. And if it's low, like under a door, it should work just fine. Otherwise, you're gonna have to grab it like really low. So I can't do it on mine because it's too high. But if yours is under a door, you can be right underneath it and just do shrugs just like that. So what I'm gonna have to do, I'm gonna have to do these standing. I have my hands behind my back, just holding the bands very close. And we're just doing a shrugging motion up. Your arms are pretty straight. This is what the front looks like. Just up to the ears and down, nice and easy. So here we go, we're gonna do these for 30 seconds and let's begin. Halfway there. Five seconds. Last one. And rest. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my band, my blue one, the single. You can do these seated. I'm just going to step on it. And we're going out to the side, just like that. So I'll give you guys a few seconds, and then we're going to do this one for 30 seconds. All right, ready, and begin. My palms are facing in, my body. We're just going shoulder height. Ten seconds. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Definitely feeling the traps here. Traps and shoulders are burning. So back to the first exercise. For the first exercise, another variation you can do is just sitting, just like this, grabbing, kind of leaning back, and then shrugging just like that. You're gonna get just as good of a workout on the ground doing this. So this is another option for me if I don't want to stand. It's just that shrugging motion that we want. But here we go, 30 seconds. Ready and begin. Fix my camera. You want to have tension the whole way through on these bands. 10 seconds. And rest. All right. Back to our lateral raises or shoulder abductions, whatever you want to call them. Here we go, 30 seconds, and let's begin. Five seconds. One more. And rest. All right. Now we're going to move on to a couple chest exercises, and then we're going to hit the legs. So for the chest, I'm going to keep what I have here in the anchor. And then I am going to take the blue band I had and just stick it through the anchor, but not attach it to anything. We're going to do something else with that one. So for this one, I'm going to ask you to move away from the anchor because we don't want the up move. Now we want this move right here. So this is actually a really good weight. Could be challenging for some, but I have every band except the blue one attached. But for me, it works pretty well here. Again, you can control it by just moving back and not as far like me. So this is what we want. I got my thumb down and the band under me so it's not rubbing. So we're going to do 30 seconds of these. And here we go, first set. Concentrate on your form here, keeping your upper body still. Halfway. Five seconds. Last one. And rest. Ooh, that's good. That's good. Now I'm going to grab the blue band by itself. I'm going to grab it just like this. You can see my thumbs are forward. I'm grabbing under the buckle. I'm going to bring it wide and just bring it in just like that. We're going to do some light chest flies. Going all the way out, opening up and in. So here we go, 30 seconds on the clock. And let's begin. All the way out and in. You usually want to do these at pretty light weights. It's a lot of stress on the shoulder otherwise. Halfway. Five seconds. Last one. All right. Why don't you guys grab some water real quick if you need it. We're going to do one more set of that, and then we're going to head into legs. All right. Back to the handles. I'm going to go slightly back this time, because that was quite challenging, that first set. Make it a little bit easier on myself here. All right, so we're doing chest presses. 30 seconds. Ready, and let's begin. Halfway there. Five seconds. And last one. All right. Let's grab our single band that's in a loop. Let's go out wide and bring it in. There we go. 30 seconds. Here we go. Halfway. Last one. And rest. All right. Well, we're going to move on to our legs. I'm going to take everything out of the anchor because the weight's going to change a lot once we start doing our legs. So if everyone wants to just remove that and start unhooking your bands. This is also the time if you're not going to be joining for the legs. Monica will start doing, she's going to do some arm workouts, I believe. The thing is, you're going to hear my audio. So if you're watching Monica, you just have to do your best to follow her. I know she has the chat option. She's working too. So you can always send her some questions there. But I am just going to unhook everything right now.
If you're sticking with the arms, then we're just using medium resistance. So keep, if you're doing arms, keep your bands on for medium resistance.
All right. Thank you, Monica. So if you want to grab your foot cuff, what I'm going to use, let's do right in the middle, any band towards the middle. So a blue, a green, or a red. I'm going with the red just because I really don't want a ton of weight for this. And what we're going to do with the foot cuff, we're going to attach both of these to just one because we really want to isolate, do one leg at a time. Easier for balance. You can hold on to something. So I have the red cuff on, or the red band on the cuff on. And the first move we're going to do, we're going to work the hip flexors, we're going to work the hamstring. I'm going to keep the leg in front of me just like this with quite a bit of tension. And I'm just going to go back with it. Straight leg. Straight leg. You can control the difficulty by just going further back. But right now it's really difficult to do this. So it just depends how much you want to challenge yourself. You want to have this kind of range of motion. Just about right there. You're going to feel in your glute, hamstring. So if we're all ready, we're going to do this one. Again, 30-second time increments. So here we go. This is great for your balance too, if you're not holding on to anything. I have this stool here just in case, but I'm trying to do it without holding anything. Well, there we go. Spoke too soon. 5 seconds. Last one. Oh, all right. Now what I'm going to do, very quick move. I'm just going to pivot myself like this. And now I got the foot without the band is behind, and I'm just going to go across right here. Just going to go across the body. This one you may need to hold on because your body's going to be getting pulled this way. So I may just use this pull table here and hold on. But this is the move we want right here. All right, 30 seconds and let's go. We're just sweeping across the body. 5 seconds. Last one. And rest. Now another simple move. We're just going to rotate again 90 degrees. So now I'm facing away. I'm going to take one step forward with the leg without the cuff and band. This one's going to be up in the air. I'm doing a kicking motion. Just nice kicking motion. You can regulate what's comfortable, where your balance is. You just want to have tension on this movement here, and we're working the quad. So here we go, 30 seconds. Let's begin. Ten seconds. One more. All right. And what you probably guessed, we're going to make another small movement. Same direction. Now the back is facing. Now we're going in. Now we're doing adduction. So this is the move we're doing across our body. So here we go. This is the last one for the first leg, and then we're going to switch. About 10 seconds to go. One more. All right. Well, there you go. That's a full range. We worked just about every muscle in the leg other than the calf. I have some calf exercises. Not sure if we're going to get to those today, but we will next week. So right now, I'm just going to switch to my other leg, and we're going to repeat what we just did. And this weight that I'm using seems to be perfect for me. Really nice just having the red band. I'm getting a good workout in the leg from here. So now, since it's the opposite leg, I have to start backwards if we're going to go in the same order, because we're going to do the abduction here. This motion away from the body. So 30 seconds on the clock, and let's begin. Halfway there. Five seconds. All right, and rest. Now we're gonna go straight back, just like that. And let's begin. This is really good for your lower back too. Whenever you're working the hamstrings, looks like oh, there we go, I'm back. About 5 seconds to go. I was saying whenever you're working the hamstrings, it helps with the lower back. And rest. Now I'm just gonna spin again. I'm facing you. Now we're doing the adduction, just like that. So let's begin. 5 seconds. And one more. All right. And our last one for this leg is going to be the kick, the quad. We're going to be working the quad. So here we go. Halfway there. You might also be feeling this in the opposite hip. Hip joints are connected, so when you're working one, you're going to feel in the other. All right, 5 seconds. Last one. And rest. All right. Well, that's as far as we're going to get today, but that's a good range of easy leg work you can do with these bands. Doing what I just did, this is going to help your hips, your lower back, just overall health for your leg. We're going to do more strength building things next week, which I'd be happy to show everyone. So let's unmute.